times 12.
There you go. Now I got it. Now tell me, I'm recording you. Tell me about Washington State.
$152 an hour.
In which city?
In Seattle.
Seattle,
They're
Washington.
working on SeaTac Airport.
Yeah, 152 for an EDP.
And a pup.
And EDP.
Yeah,
In dumping pup.
Right. Yeah, and they're quad axle
Trucks.
pups. Yeah, they're
Oh,
the big ones.
Okay. So they're
But
hauling on
there's-
tonnage or strictly hour?
Hour.
Good.
$152 an hour, and if you come in there for 151, 400 of them, they'll all come and talk to you. They'll say, if you want to come in here for 152, we'll help you get a job. If you want to come in here for 151 and undercut us, you're going to have to go through all 400 of us. You know?
What?
And they got no union, they got no paperwork.
Don't need
it's
one.
collusion.
They don't
give
not.
a fuck.
It is It is working together for the general good of the industry.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
And the one guy told me, he says, I want to send my kids to Harvard.
Do you see that truck sitting over there?
Yeah.
There's a transmission coming out of it.
Yeah.
Do you know Dave works for too little for having the transmission?
Well, absolutely.
He can't afford to put his truck in a shop and get it fixed because he didn't make enough money, so he has to fix it himself.
It's a little bit different, Dave. Dave doesn't want anybody to work on the shit.
That's not an issue. The issue is he can't afford to put it in the shop.
Well.
Right, Dave? Right.
But and you guys up here really have it.
Have it?
Nobody's going to come up here and take your jobs away from them. You all stick together. You go to Tony and you say, Tony, you're just cutting your own throat. What are you not a businessman or whatever? What the fuck are you doing lowering the rates?
Because he feels he can't compete with the rest of the industry. He has to work for less. He's got bad trucks and bad drivers. How can he charge $150 an hour?
Well, did you tell him about a future concept if he's going to go out of business just faster if he does that?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Just like J&C and a few other companies.
And so if all you guys got together and say, no, we're going to set this rate and this is what it's going to be, and you all stuck together, Tony could get whatever you
He could, yeah.
Absolutely.
Well,
And
remember,
nobody's going to. And you think the contractors all they do is up the price of that thing? They know what the price would be, and you guys aren't exorbitant.
They're going to the bank with all our money.
Right. And the other fact of the matter is you're getting fucked on your fuel up here.
Oh, horribly. All the more reason we have to make more money.
Exactly.
They have $2 and what a gallon fuel in Seattle.
Well, Seattle's expensive, but in Minnesota before he came up here it was $2.30.
Yeah. And of course we have $3.50, $3.60 now.
Yeah.
And it was even
And
higher.
if there's any place, and I did this 40 years ago, I had a little Peterbilt dump truck, and I was working in Wisconsin, and I was stockpiling. And this yo-yo come in there, and he was going to undercut. It was $36 an hour we were getting, which is a lot of money back then. Nobody wanted to do this. This guy come undercut. And I went up to his house, and I said, are you an ignorant son of a bitch, or what are you? I said, there's enough work around here for all of us. You don't have to undercut. Nobody wants to stockpile gravel. It's a dirty job. You're in the pit all the time. You keep it at $36, or you raise it to $37. You'll still get the job. And then you go off in some other place. You do your thing, I'll do mine.
Yes.
He agreed with me.
They will, but then they still do it for the low rate.
Well,
they don't need to.
Then the other part of the real world comes in. You have to be together. And and the real world works either on big money or violence. That's the only two things it works on.
I prefer money.
Yeah, exactly. But if you talk to people and they're so fucking ignorant that they can't understand that they're going to make more money with this, then you have to begin in the other part of it. And you tell them, and you have to do it.
We're not organized for the violent part up
Well,
here.
then you're lost.
Yeah, we are, and trying to change it.
Yeah.
Is this your truck?
Yeah.
You just brought it up from Minnesota, huh?
Yeah, I've been,
Nice, Kenworth. You know, the people in Alaska should have such nice trucks. But they can't have nice trucks like this because they can't afford them.
Well, if any place in the United States you guys could be joined up together, this is the place.
Telling you, you would think.
And how many are there? How many dirt guys are there in this? And then you'd have to get the Valley, and you have to get them all.
Oh, you have to get all the Fairbanks, Homer,
Well,
everybody.
Fairbanks does good.
Fairbanks has one company that does real good. I forget the name of it, but he's got a large number of trucks.
Okay.
But he does it differently than we do it, and we don't communicate. Nobody in Alaska communicates with anybody else.
Exactly.
2 people at a time, maybe, not 150.
You know, the other one that beyond belief is the guys that are on the haul road. I just came back off the haul road. Now, if anybody in the world should be getting good pay,
They
so
should.
There's only one reason that the state's got money is because of that haul road.
And
It's the lifeblood of Alaska.
these guys do it for
They
nothing.
do it for nothing.
They used to get a lot of money for it. Then everybody got starving, and one wanted to beat the other up. And
here's the gist of it. I'm sitting with some guys from Duke Energy.
that's in
Years
North
ago,
Carolina.
and this Ohio guy or whatever the hell he
Oh.
was, and they're laughing at the truckers. They said, "What the hell is the matter with you guys? We would, whatever you guys charge, we can't barge it, we can't fly it, we have to truck it. So if you guys were within reason, we would pay you, whatever."
General contractors right here in Anchorage say we will pay the rates if everybody goes at the same level. But if you have people that will offer it for $50 less an hour, it is insane for us to say we're going to go somebody
The
higher.
oil companies, you know, they say, "Well, if you guys want to be so stupid, we'll take advantage."
Stupidity is what it is. Lack of confidence, lack of understanding of the economic world in trucking and
It's
commerce.
supply and demand. It's back to supply and demand. You guys have the supply, and the demand is here.
You know what it costs to have a contract to have a truck break down on a job? It
No, but
affects everybody on the job.
Dave told me that AS&G charges $150, Dave? $155 an hour. That's what it costs to operate that truck.
Well, they don't have any trucks. They hire Alaska Pro. Alaska Pro gets a little bit less, and AS&G gets that. But what can I tell you?
What are they getting for what kind of truck for 155? A side dump.
Every side dump in town would love to work for $155 an hour. Right now, they're working at 105 to 125.
And going down.
And going down. They're going down because they don't have confidence to stand together and get a decent price.
You're absolutely
And
right.
it's not a matter of taking advantage, it's a matter of taking care of these trucks because there's a large number of unsafe
I
trucks.
frankly, though, don't think it's going to change. The only guys I've seen stick together is the guys in Seattle. All the rest of them run like cowards.
Well, I've been talking to Minnesota. They're doing a pretty good job right now. Wisconsin's bad. Nebraska, Missouri, Georgia, they're all bad. But
The dirt haulers in Minneapolis are only getting $68 an hour for their belly dumps.
but that's not on a Davis-Bacon job, or is it?
Well, I don't know. That's
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know.
Davis-Bacon, the cost approved there by the Department of Labor is $105 an hour without a driver. So they've got to go up higher and meet the Davis-Bacon requirements.
Well,
It's a
if
bad
everybody
deal.
should be able to do it. And Dale, if you could get it, you got to get everybody together at a meeting.
Oh, we've had one. We're hoping to have more.
Yeah.
And if we could just get them to understand the rules of business. It's all it is. You can't have good, decent tires.
You know, and how many guys have you argued with? You know, they say, "Oh, I hate the fucking union. They steal money. They're a bunch of mafia." Now, what difference does it matter whether you hate the union or not? The only way that you get money from these people that have power is a group.
That's right.
It's power by
And level-headed thinking.
Yeah, and you don't go up and demand. You
You
do it like a
negotiate.
business.
You stand together.
Exactly.
Look at the cost of operation and at least make a decent profit. That's called return on investment.
Here's the real kicker. Some of these guys that stayed in the union here, the Teamsters of Alaska, and got double vested, they're making $8,000 a month plus grandfathered benefits.
Wow.
There's not too many of them, but there's a few.
One just
And they work
recently
smart.
died.
Yeah.
Oh.
My buddy Peterson up there in Fairbanks, he's making $8,200 a month, and he lives in Mexico. He lives like a king.
Isn't it amazing? These truckers should have a good life.
And
This
what do
is
they,
not
what do
a
they have when they get too old? They got nothing.
no, and this is not a crappy job. This is a proud job that you should be proud truck
And
driver.
it's a skilled job.
It is skilled. Not just anybody can do it. That's what happens on some of our projects. You get bad drivers on there and they screw the job up.
Or dangerous, or go through red lights trying to race and all the bullshit, you know?
It's hogwash.
Or destroy equipment.
Yes. I mean, hell, why do most of these guys not want to have a payroll? They can't find decent drivers.
Exactly.
And then they don't want to pay the payroll cost.
That's another reason you guys should get more.